Okay, so a whole lot of things got untwisted for us because we kind of been rolling around in the dark here with Queen Sugar for a minute, but a lot of things got untwisted. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be Queen Sugar. Now, listen, a lot of things in this episode got untwisted because here, all right, so let's just start with the fact that Ralph Angel is just literally not letting up off of the whole Darla thing. Darla has now been allowed into the fold. She showed up to pick up Blue to take him to school. Aunt Vi didn't know she was coming. Aunt Vi was like, "Girl, you done wasted your gas money. You can go ahead on somewhere. I take them to school." And she's like, "Oh, Ralph Angel told me to pick him up at 7." So Aunt Vi was pissed, and I said, "I see you, Vi. I see you." And it was interesting, but you can see Vi being pushed out of the equation, and Darla and Ralph Angel, they trying to grow back together. And all that's great and good, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't trust it. And that's because I know this shit. This whole fucking junkie bitches and their motherfucking kids and all that bullshit. I just don't have a lot of faith in it. So but that's from my own personal stuff. But let's just watch it. I'm not gonna get up on my soapbox. But I'm with that. Fuck Darla. I don't trust that bitch. Not for one moment. But go ahead on Ralph Angel. So he's doing all that. He got all pissed off. He signed a permission slip for Blue to go to the zoo. And they're like, no, we can't have that. Vi has to sign. So he went on and he went through all his mess and he cried and all that. And he told Vi, I served my time. I do everything I got to do for Blue. And all that, I get all that's very admirable. And I got you. Vi went on and signed the papers. And I was cringing to death. Cringing to death. And she said, I'm here. I'm here. So, if you need help, I'm here. And the thing that he hit her with, because Vi was doing the two-sided thing, because there was another situation where we got Charley. She's trying to go ahead and put Micah into the school down there, and the shit from down their place with the dick picture and all that followed him down there. So she's pissed off. They want his dad to come so they can meet as a family. They want to meet the father and the mother and talk about it before they'll even do acceptance and all of that. And Vi told Charley, he is his father, and you need to allow him to be his father. But at the same time, Vi, you are blocking Darla from being Blue's mother. And I seen it all over Charley's face, you know what I mean? But she's like, I ain't going to let her have it too much, But it is two different circumstances. But Vi, you are talking out of both sides of your face. So, all of that being said, Charley did have a little run-in with Aunt Vi, and basically, was again, she kept saying, he could just go to a regular school. I don't know why you want to waste all this money and this, that, the other. Vi, mind your business. Mind your business. And that's what she said. I don't want him to grow up. He has privileges. Privilege is not a bad word. Yes, we have all this money. Yes, you say it's wasted, but we can waste it on him because that's ours. So when she said what she had to say, Vi took her ass back and got her motherfucking job back and pushed against the guy down there to make her the manager because his ass was closed and the health department was there, and she helped him out, and she had to force him into giving her benefits and all that. She got it all worked out for herself. And she ended up coming back and telling Charley, the conversation we had is why I actually went and pushed it. I got that manager position. And Charley congratulated her and told her, I really didn't mean it that. She said, yeah, you did. And I needed to hear it. So all's well that ends well. It actually did work itself out. Nova and her girlfriend then broke up. I was starting to get a little bit of opportunist tease off of the girlfriend. Nova had been in the paper a couple times, and Nova was getting ready to do some interview, and the girlfriend was just what's her name? Charlize or some shit. The girlfriend was just getting real pushy. Oh, I'm gonna work on your talking points. This, that, the other. This year brought other people in. Nova's like, no. I'm gonna do this my way, and then she gonna tell her about, well, it's about more than just one person. No, bitch, it's about me. I'm the bitch in the newspaper. So I thought she was I started getting a vibe of her. She was just being a little too opportunistic and really involving herself too much because you weren't in the newspaper. Nova was. And then they end up having an argument about Nova and the boyfriend. Well, he ain't even a boyfriend no more. But she had something to say about that. But they broke up and she just drove off. She was kind of cold with it. Kind of cold with it. And Nova wouldn't. She said, I'm not going to apologize. He's white and yes, because she gave her very much of, you're giving hypocritical. It's like, yeah, it may look that way, but I like his look and I like yours too. Is there something wrong with that? Told her, baby, you and I are too different. And they broke on up. But I was kind of glad they broke up because, I see a little opportunist in her. So I was ready for her to go anyway. So that's that. Okay, so here's the big one. This is the big thing that actually had taken place this episode. Charley met with this white guy, Boudreaux. Last name is Boudreaux. It's the Boudreaux brothers. There's two of them. And they own a sugar plant and all this stuff. They own a plant. And they're going back and forth, and they're willing and dealing, and they tell Charley, it's 40-60 is the percentage. So they're going, she's like, that's really steep. I'm a lawyer, sports lawyer and all that, a sports manager rather and all that, and we only take 5%. He's like, well, this is the way we do it. So she's learning as she's going, but it ain't no fair thing, but that's what it gives. It's 40-60. So she's like, okay. So she accepts that, and then he shows her the map and shows her where her farm sits, and that their farm, their land sits all around their land. They have all this land, but the only part they don't have is the part that belongs to them, and it sits kind of in the middle. And it was kind of weird. But he tells her, I have a deal that you won't be able to turn down. So he offered her a shitload of money. It was like $4.6 million to sell the land to them. So remember, they kind of wanted to sell anyway. So when they came back, Mr. Prosper was there, Vi was there, Ralph Angel, Nova, and Charley. Charley showed them the map, showed them where it's at, told them they offered us this amount of money. So Nova's like, yeah, Ralph Angel's like, well, hell yeah. And then Charley's like, something ain't right. Why? Why do they want to offer us that deal? And this happened after, earlier in the program, none of the workers came back. None of the workers came back. So just, remember the 2 workers got killed last time? And none of the workers came back. And they're like, we'll find new people. I don't know what it's all about, but we'll find new people. So Vi's like, this is just the way things are. And Mr. Prosper and Vi ended up saying, your father told us never to tell the story unless you all asked. And you asked. Well, it turns out the Landry and Boudreaux are the same family. They're the same family. Boudreaux married into the Landry family. Those brothers, they're married in. They're all related. That whole piece of land belonged to Landry. Some kind of way back in the day, the Landry family actually owned Charley and them's ancestors. Like generations down, like 3 generations down. They owned them. They were slaves and stuff. They owned them. And once they couldn't do that anymore, one of the generation, he ended up with this large sum of money some kind of way. And the Landrys had fallen on a hard time and ended up needing this money. They sold the land to all of their grandparents at whatever point. And they tried to get him to sell it back after things were better. He never would sell it back. So they, at that point, now 3 generations back, they started just harassing them. They were hanging them. They were killing them and making the farming just very, very hard. They were behind the whole thing. They're the ones that had the 2 men killed. They're the ones that made it to where the farmers won't come back. They put the brakes on it, and that's what they told him. They said, your father didn't just die. They killed your father. You know, it was a long, slow death because he never would give in. He would never give in. He would never sell because he knew what it took to get the land, so he would never sell. So I was like, this shit is crazy. And I'm like, makes sense, though. This is that dirty, raggedy, raunchy shit. So Charley walked out onto the porch, and she's looking out over the farm. And the 2 siblings came out, and they told him, they said, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't never going nowhere. Not never. I said, okay. So shit's on. Shit's on. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. It was crazy. But that whole last scene, again, the acting was just impeccable. Absolutely impeccable. But I was like literally hanging on every word, like, shut up. Yeah, this is too good. All right, y'all. So that's it. I don't think I forgot anything. If I did, leave it down in the comments. I didn't even have any notes. I was so stuck. I literally sat there and never wrote anything. So I had no notes at all. But anyway. I knew there was something else. Micah and the little girl. The little pretty little brown skinned girl that's the friend of theirs that came over. Child, now they're going to be a little item, honey. And she's a fast little tail, little something, honey. She told him, honey, if you're going to do it, do it. He ran up over there and kissed her. I said, oh, she's a hot one, honey. She's a cute little thing, though. That's the only other thing. All right, so I'll talk to y'all later. All right.